pips out on the backhand side for one of these players. We'll show you that in a bit. Wang Manyu in front and kuaiman just behind her. Kuaiman, the left-hander. Fast, smooth, always seems to avoid getting hit in the middle. Two players that are very strong, very balanced. And kuaiman, I think much like Junmi Zutani, is going to make the most of this event because she wasn't able to play singles here despite being world rank number 5. Shi Shunyao won in the internal tournament in China to qualify to be here in singles. We saw the same thing for Japan with Sora Matsushima. Kenji Matsudaira getting the best of him, and here he is. But here, Tsz Lam, 20 years old, with Lee Hoi-man at 21, just 1 year older. Kuaiman, also 21 years old. Wang Manyu, the big sister, 26 years old on court. The world got to know about her when she was 18 years old. Alongside Shasha, they both came up together. Mohamed Gadalrab, our umpire for the match, will take care of the ta-ta coin toss as Ma Lin gets the bottle cracked here.
Players, please.
Maybe just cleaning something out. You like cameras? You're not alone. Cool look there, a little spying in on Wang Manyu. She gets ready for the ta-ta coin toss for this round of 16 battle.
Okay, we have black, red. You choose red, your color is black. Black. They choose receive. Which side? Okay, who will serve? Lee will serve. Who will receive? Kuai.
So Lee Hoi-man will serve. Kuaiman will receive. That is the order of play here today. I'm Adam Bobrow, and joining me in the commentary booth back once again, Maria, welcome back.
Thank you, Adam. Looking forward to this matchup. We had an epic one just then as well, so I hope this one will be just as exciting.
So we can see the pips on the backhand side, the short pips of Lee Hoi-man in the front there. They got through Sutasini Sawetabut and Orawan Paranong of Thailand 3-1. That's a big win. And then after that, well, Alice Chang and Lin of Malaysia. That's a good win as well for the Malaysians to go that deep at the World Championships. That's impressive. I think from Southeast Asian Games, they've really picked up their level, the 4 from Malaysia. That said, beaten by the pair on screen. We'll have a chance to meet the Chinese opponents on the other side, although if you've been watching table tennis in recent history, you must be familiar. Kuaiman on the left-hander. Wang Manyu getting through Wielgos and Vergen, the Polish pair who put up a good fight despite that 3-0 victory. Cha and Pak in the next round from DPRK, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, who always a pleasure to see on the international stage. Really exciting and a high level, but the fan vote here, 91% to 9 behind China, as opposed to the Hong Konger side, Team Hong Kong, China with the remaining 9%. Cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com or on the WTT app. What are you expecting here in this match in terms of rallies, tactics maybe from the Hong Kong pair?
I'm expecting a lot of close-to-close table, over-the-table action, a lot of opening up. I think the advantage that the Chinese pair have is that they've got that left-right combination, which means they'll be able to dominate with their forehands that little bit more than the Hong Kong-China pair will do. Yeah. But it'll be interesting, and I don't have too many predictions ahead of the match, so it'll be interesting to see how this first game plays out.
Now right there you just saw the coach, Liang Chuyen, who is actually an Olympic quarter-finalist in men's singles.
Need to serve. Love all.
That was in 2004. He beat Vladi Samsonov, Michael Mays, and lost to the eventual gold medalist Yu Sung-min after being up 2-0. But this is the best of 5 match here. First pair to win 3 games to 11 points wins. Alternating serves as usual. Alternating shots, rather, in doubles. Serves from the right side on the diagonal in doubles only.
And there we go, as expected. A lot of short open-ups, counter loops. And then both players are staying very close to the table. A little bit of short play there. Just didn't come quite over the top of the table there, over the top of the racket even. A
This right here is always tough to return. Kuaiman's so good when she turns the corner flash. It's rare to be on camera when that happens. But yeah, that inside-out forehand is very tough to get back, especially for two righties.
2-3.
Definitely there, over top of the table. I think we'll be able to see a lot more of Kuaiman coming around and stepping around to play that forehand wide.
Have you had a chance to play with any of these four players?
I actually don't think I've played against any of these players, and to be honest, I don't think I want to.
Oh, I forgot who won that match. Yeah. It's been so many years.
I think safe to say I'm better maybe now in the commentary booth than on that table.
Good place to be right here. We got a wonderful view with incredible camera work from our production team. It's just so engaging to watch. Smart placement here. I think WANG Manyu thought it was going to be wider and had to hold up. Oh, and inside the table, some quick punchy play.
Yeah, definitely. He came over the table there and just punched it through.
Yeah, short pips, often used for more speedy play and a little bit less rotation than, say, the inverted forehand that she plays with. I'm impressed with their step. They seem to be really quick to react right now, the Hong Kong pair.
Yes, definitely. I think both pairs are staying very close and kind of short rallies at this point. I wonder if we'll see anything open up in terms of rallies. There we go, just as I say that, we get our first slightly longer rally there.
I found it interesting because Lee stays very close to the table with the pips on the backhand and the glasses. But Kong, on the other hand, just a step behind.
Takes a little step behind, but you can see there she's taking that step behind to let Lee come in with those short pimples, but she's then making the adjustment to come close again back to the table.
In that rally, yes. The one before, maybe it was just the fear of the opening attack at the time.
I think I'd be scared of the opening attack as well, to be honest, if I was facing this pair, but...
You're not alone in that. I think the Hong Kong pair definitely knows that they need to stay close. They're going to have to take some risks. Just remind, I think WTT has some wonderful social media interviews with some of these players from Team Hong Kong China that are just really adorable.
You can see them, Lee especially reacting there with a smile on her face. It's always great to see people actually enjoying playing and enjoying playing on that centre court as well. Table one can seem a little bit daunting sometimes, but it's great to take those opportunities.
Good pressure from WANG Manyu on the move. That forehand stroke, one of the most powerful in the women's game.
There you go, just that little bit of wrist that WANG Manyu managed to get on that, take it a little bit extra wide for Lee to get there.
Oh, good angle on this one. Kuaiman right inside that line, keeping it difficult to reach.
I think those are my favorite kind of shots, to be honest. Those ones going straight down the line.
6-10.
A little fade, a little wrist out. I really enjoy watching those because they're technically quite difficult to do, and they do them with such precision as well.
Yeah, it's my favorite shot when my teammate hits it. 4 game points left, and only one needed here after the first one was saved. The next time around, it's taken 11-6. Kuaiman, WANG Manyu getting some fans excited here. In this best of 5, they really turned things around at the start of this game, and the match for that matter. The pair in red made it very difficult for Kuaiman and WANG Manyu to adjust. They'll have their conversation, hydration, tactical changes where needed to make it a smoother ride if they can. But the exact opposite on the other side, to cause more turbulence, get a game on the scoreboard. Let's see what happens in game 2 to follow. So here's a little look at the world rankings for women's doubles as of week number 21. We're getting through the year. We're making our way. This is the biggest event of the year. And who's there at number 5 in the world? None other, that's how you say it. None other than WANG Manyu and Kuaiman. The food chain here led by Satsuki Odo and Sakura Yokoi. Then Wang Yidi and Sun Ying's shot just behind them.
White to serve. Love all.
It's interesting, different pairings for Team China. You will see them signaling with each other under the table using their hands to communicate clearly. But Lee trying with that flatter backhand punch shot there, and it carries just long.
We've seen her do that quite a few times, step around and play that backhand receive. And there we go, it's quite effective when she does do it.
Yeah, perfect timing.
1-all.
Anything else we see a lot of, Maria?
I think we're just seeing a lot of that backhand and those kind of exchanges close to the table. The Chinese pair are definitely, other than that point just there, they're definitely looking to get in and dominate with their forehand attacks. And I think they've been pretty successful so far.
You can hear the extra effort there as Lee tries to get that extra bit of spin, power behind the shot.
It was just a bit of a softer flick out by Kuaiman there.
She's moving it around well. Kuaiman inside the table. It's a little tough to read where she's going to go.
And at this stage, it feels like Lee is really trying to use those short pimples on her backhand.
You think this is maybe something that was called for by the coach? Say, let's give them something they're not used to playing against?
I think so, and I think probably the coach, from what I'm seeing, he could correct me if I'm wrong, but is that they've got to take that little bit extra risk with that shot as well. So, you know, she's going 100% every time she's using those short pimples at this point.
Little break off the net here as the Chinese pair extend their lead to 3. So one more after 12 of the last 16 for the Chinese pair. Momentum with the team that's leading, Kuaiman and Wang Manyu, the second seeds.
There we see Wang Manyu coming in with that backhand over the table. A lot of power that she's generating there. Ball popped up just that little bit extra higher, and there she was, perfect angle, and got Kong slightly out of position. And again, they're trying to use that backhand. They're staying into those backhand-to-backhand rallies, but the Chinese pair are looking quite comfortable at this stage.
Oh, heavy spin comes in, and Kuaiman just shuts down the party with that forehand.
Again, one of my favorite shots. There she goes, straight over the top of the ball, straight down the line.
How can you tell where she's going to go? Even in the replay, I knew, but I forgot. It just looked like it was going the other way. And now, 8 game points for a 2-0 lead for the second seed.
I think it's worth noting that is a real skill. If we can't see on the slow-mo replay where the ball's going to go, how are you meant to know if you're playing against them?
It's like being surprised the second time you've watched a movie. Oh, pips to the edge.
10-3.
A bit of fortune there, and I don't know who the laugh was for, but of course they realize they're in a very difficult position here. It'd be unlikely to pull off a similar shot another 9 times in a row.
There you go, but it only takes a little bit of fortune, and they've got another one back there, saving match points.
Or game points in this case. Best of 5 here.
Game points, exactly.
Yeah, but also important.
5-10.
Nice to have such a big cushion, a margin between you and the opponents so that you can save the timeout. Another point or two, though, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's cashed in. They've turned it up a notch here behind the table. Kong getting some real power.
And I think in these positions, when you're 10-2 down, a lot of the time, you can you're a bit more free. You've got nothing to lose at this stage. So I think that's what they're going for. They're going for their big shots, and they're being successful at this point.
And finally, the door is closed to game number 2. It was not easy for Wang Manyu and Kuaiman, but they managed somehow 11-6 to pull off the victory for a 2-0 lead. The match continues. And with this sort of improvement, the pair in red, Team Hong Kong, China's pair, could pull off some surprises, but the second seeds, only one team better, world rank number 5, 1 game away from the round of 8, the quarterfinals. Scores on screen there, 11-6 consistently across the first two games. Over on table number 3, we've got match points. Gao Chengrui and Lin Yunru against Team China's opponents, Huang Youzheng and Liang Jingquin, and they've taken it. The young brothers and the leaders for the Chinese Taipei team, Gao Chengrui and Lin Yunru, move on through. And on table number 2, Shinozuka and Togami battling against Isaac Kwek and Koen Pong, the Singaporean pair taking it to the decider, making Singapore quite proud to go to the round of 16 and taking this strong pairing to game number 5. Singapore's on the way up. They're playing some incredible table tennis. We've seen it from the young players, Isaac Kwek, the leader, Koen Pong. I mean, they're just a lot. Clarence Chu's here as well. But the Japanese pair, I mean, we're talking second best team in the world behind China on any given day.
Yeah, definitely. I think you said it well there, the Singaporeans. You've seen them come on the up and up recently. What a lovely little reloop that was by Wang Manyu.
Yeah, I have a chance to look at it here. Good variation, of course. Kuaiman, tough to predict in her short game. No, I'm sort of curious. I haven't talked to Iggy in a while, and Iggy, I miss you. What are you seeing down? I just accidentally hung up on Iggy, apparently. I realized I don't have the connection I used to have. I'll ask him later, but at 1 point apiece right now, we see a good even battle to start this off.
Yeah, Lee came in there to make it 1-1 with a big, sharp backhand punch, using those pimples to generate a lot of power and a flat ball.
1-3.
On again there. Slight mistime there, but you'd expect Wang Manyu to sort of come over the top of that ball, and she might be a little bit frustrated with that.
Yeah, you could see that there was, you'd imagine, some consideration for not getting in the way too much when a shot's a little shallow and you have to move into the table, but you realize you're going to be stuck in position only to squat under the table for the next ball. It's a lot to think about in doubles.
It definitely is, even if you're those millimeters away from the ball.
Oh, this one's not coming back. Wang Manyu turned up the heat, and Kuaiman closed the door on that point.
It was a lovely, lovely setup there, and that angle, the angle that she's managing to get is unbelievable.
3-5.
If you're in the corner for the Hong Kong duo right now, what do you tell them? Oh, perfect timing. You have a chance to tell them.
I don't have to tell them anything. Their coach can tell them something now.
I like it.
But I think if I was their coach right now, I'd tell him it's all to play for.
There's a good energy down there right now. There's just this feeling of like, it's a fine balance of calmness but confidence. Like, we can do this, we're clear on our plan. It just feels like if this were a movie, good news is coming. Of course, with the opponents on the other side, it won't be easy.
4-5.
Yeah, but that's what you always want to see. You come back from a timeout, those points are crucial when you come back, and We're looking to close that gap, and it was a great service to close it.
6-4.
There we go, a little bit of frustration on Kong's face there. I think she thought that she had that and was going to take it wide out.
Good
placement on the serve to beg Tsz Lam to move around and get that backhand in. Step across.
4-8.
That was a good placement as well. A little laugh there from Li Huiman. Don't know what she was laughing about, but potentially the fact that she wasn't expecting the ball to come there. So, oh, and her teammates laughing as well. Well, it's nice to see that they're having fun.
My guess would be that it sounded pretty flat, and it just sounded like a wild swat, and it was sort of a self-defense shot. Right now, despite getting the first point out of the timeout, it's been a bit of a runaway here. The second seeds living up to the hype.
They've been aiming for that crossover of Li Huiman as well. I've noticed in those last couple of points, and maybe that's what they're laughing about, that one too many times it's come there and she's not been ready for it, but
10-5.
There she is, coming around with that backhand again. Some great serving from the Chinese pair.
Deep breath, 5 match points. And it is put away. The door has been closed. Wang Manyu and kuaiman, without dropping a game in dominant fashion out here, have really given a masterclass in how to play doubles. A strong showing. Again, right from the start, it wasn't easy. Li Huiman and Tsz Lam put up a good fight, tied up in game number 1, but 6-6 and 5, a respectful battle. And the second seeds move on to the quarterfinals. Wang Manyu, a champion of the world in singles. And a title like this would be nice to add to the collection here in 2025. Doha has been incredible so far, and the competition just keeps getting tougher. Little look here, the match summary, 17 minutes, just shy of exactly twice the points of their opponent. The opponents out there, Kong and Lee, kuaiman and Wang Manyu.